Okay, thank you very much. And we will go on the last talk in this section. So it's presented by the Ahir Heto on the Indian astronomy.
So, is my screen visible to all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please go ahead.
So, hello everyone. Hope you all guys are okay. First of all, I would like to thank Global Hands of Universe and Manthan Education for providing me this platform to share my presentation. Our today's presentation will be based on Indian astronomy. So before digging into it, we'll get to know about the ancient civilization that knew about astronomy. These are some of the civilizations that knew about astronomy and that basic ages, like Indian civilizations, Babylonian, Mesopotamian, Chinese, Egyptian, Greek, and some many more civilizations. So on the past year's presentation, we will talk about local astronomy. And for that upgrade, we are talking about Indian astronomy in this year. So let's jump on our topics of today's presentation. Today, we will talk about Indian dates, concept of nakshatras, concept of RASHIS, concept of Adhik Maas in Indian calendar system. Like nakshatras and RASHIS are also belonging to the calendar system, and the occasions and the festivals that are based on astronomical observations. Some other things like pole stars according to Indian astronomy, and name of child, wedding rituals, and many other things. So let's jump into our presentation. Indian dates. So what are the difference between the other general dates and Indian dates? For the Indian dates, we all know that in one day, or as Earth complete one rotation around its own axis, Sun's movement will appear 1 degree and Moon will move 13.3 degree. So the angular separation between Sun and Moon will be 12 degree. If the angular separation between Sun and Moon is between 0 degree to 12 degree span, it is called as Prathama Tithi, or the first date for our Indian calendar. And if the angular separation between Sun and Moon is between 12 to 24 degree span, it will be called as Dvitiya Tithi, or second date according to our Indian calendar, and so on by that angular separation. And there are some other parts like from new moon to full moon, it is called as Shukla Paksha, and from full moon to new moon, it is called as Krishna Paksha. That's our month cycle. We will get in very detailed view from this table, like the angular separation between Sun and Moon is in between 0 to 180 degree span. It will be accordingly date by Ekama to the Purnima, like first date from the full moon will be in Shukla Paksha, and the angular separation between 180 degree to the 360 degree according to the dates Ekama to the Amavasya or new moon will be called in Krishna Paksha. So we will now jump into the concept of nakshatras. We all know that moon will take 27.3 days to complete its orbit around our Earth. So we just made 27 parts of our zodiac belt and called them nakshatras. By that, each nakshatra will have 13.3 degree of span. And by that, moon will take 1 day to pass through each nakshatras. There might be a question that is nakshatras different? But no, nakshatras are not different. They are a sub part of zodiac sign. For example, like we all know that there are 20 zodiac signs, and here we have 27 nakshatras. So by that, we'll know that every zodiac sign will contain 2 full and 1/4 part of next nakshatra. For example, here we will see that Aries is our first zodiac sign. So Aries will contain Ashwini nakshatra as a full one, Bharani nakshatra as full one, and the next nakshatra is Kritika. Uh, it's 1/4 part of Kritika. And after Aries, we will have Taurus, and Taurus will be start by 27th part of Kritika, full nakshatra of Rohini, and the half nakshatra of Mrug nakshatra. After Taurus, we will have Gemini. Will we start from half of Mrug nakshatra, one full Adra nakshatra, and 3/4 part of Punarvasu nakshatra. After Gemini, we will have Cancer. It will be start by 1/4 part of Punarvasu, one full nakshatra of Pushya, and one full nakshatra of Aslesha. Here we can see one cycle that will be continued by the other zodiac signs we will see. And also there is one mythological story to remember all the connection of nakshatras as the 27 wives of Chandra. Here we have seen that moon will take 1 day to pass through each nakshatra. So moon will be stayed with one wife for each day. Now we will jump to the concept of RASHIS. So by this table, you will be able to see that our one solar year calendar will take 365 days, 6 hours, 9 minutes, and some seconds, where our one lunar year will take 354 days, 8 hours, 48 minutes, and some seconds. So in our very vast calendar, that is, we will use solar calendar as a very general calendar. In solar calendar, we have 6 hours of balance in every year. But in lunar calendar, we have 11 days of balance that we have. So by that balance, we will see that the leap year happens after every 4 years. That 6 hours balance are contained by 24 hours every 4th year. But in lunar cycle, we have 11 days, and we will gather that 11 days in every 3 years. We have concept of Adhik Masa, or an additional month in our Indian calendar system. We'll talk about it later. I have just jumped to the next concept. Before that, we will just get us some idea of Rashis. By this, we can also see that we can see 12 complete lunar cycle in our one solar year. The 13th cycle will be start in that particular solar year, but it will not end that solar year. So what we have done, that we have made 12 parts of ecliptic and called them Rashis. Rashis are no different than zodiac signs. They both are the same. So as we have discussed, the concept of Adhik Masa, or the additional month, and that how it is additional in the Indian calendar system. That as you all know, that the modern Gregorian calendar system have adjustment of 1 day in 4-year system. But in our Indian calendar system has the provision of Adhik Masa, or the GHOU Masa, as a subtraction of month. The Indian festival and rituals are strongly connected with seasons and nature around us. Seasons are connected with the motion of Earth around the sun, where the Indian calendar are based on the moon. So if Indian calendar only stick with the lunar, there will be no connection remain with the season. To counter this adjustment, we have done calendar system and added provisional of Adhik Masa, or the additional month, and GHOU Masa is a subtraction of the month, with perfectly synchronizing on the base of astronomy. So as we have seen in this slide, that Indian festivals and rituals are strongly connected with season. So we will see a glimpse of that festival or rituals. Here we have taken example of Kumbh Mela. Like many of you might know about Kumbh Mela. It is a gathering of many people on particularly time of that years and particularly time span. So what is the astronomical connection of Kumbh Mela? Right? So first of all, we celebrate Kumbh Mela at 4 river banks. First one is Ganga Yamuna Saraswati River confluence at Prayagraj. Second one is Ganga at Haridwar. Third one is Godavari at Nasik. Fourth, Shipra at Ujjain. That positions are according to the position of Jupiter, Sun, and Moon. As Jupiter completes its one cycle in 12 years, the Mela will also repeat the cyclic position at 12 years. For the glimpse, if Jupiter is in Aquarius and Sun is in Aries, the Kumbh Mela will be held at Ganga, Haridwar. If Jupiter is in Aries and Moon is in Capricorn, or Jupiter is in Taurus and Sun is in Capricorn, then the Ganga Yamuna Saraswati River confluence at Prayagraj. If Jupiter is in Leo or Jupiter, Sun, and Moon enters in Cancer on lunar conjunction, then the Godavari at Nasik. If Jupiter will be at Leo and Sun is in Aries, or Jupiter, Sun, and Moon in Libra on Kartik Amavasya, the Mela will be held at Shipra Ujjain. So we have 12 years of cyclic and we have 4 locations according to it. So every 3 years we celebrate Kumbh Mela at different location, and every 12 years it repeats the location wise. The reason behind gathering and celebrating Kumbh Mela can be religious, spiritual, or anything else, but the calculation are according to the astronomical observations. So from next, we all might know that our current pole star is Polaris, which is in Ursa Minor constellations. We have pole star in our northern hemisphere only. Currently, there is no pole star for southern hemisphere. But is there any possibility to observe the second pole star at northern hemisphere rather than Polaris, or 2 pole star, one for northern hemisphere and one for southern hemisphere? Yes, it is possible, but how? For that, we have this example as currently we have Polaris as our pole star, but in future the Vega will be our next pole star, which will be in 14,000 years. So why this phenomena is happening? Reason behind this phenomena is the Earth rotation and movement. First of all, let's talk about its rotation and movement. We all are familiar with the Earth rotates on its own axis. It will take 1 day, and Earth orbit around Sun. It will take 1 year. These two rotation will not affect the position of pole star at all, but the last 2 movements will affect directly to the position of our pole star. Earth precision motion, it will be like this circular motion. It will take 26,000 years to complete 1 circle around it, and Earth also node like this. It will take 41,000 years to complete 1 node. These two are the major reason behind changing pole star. Like we are here at this point of North Pole, we'll be pointing at pole star right now, and we don't have any second star at southern hemisphere. But at the precision motion, our North Pole will be point towards other combination of stars or other stars. By that situation, we will be able to see different pole stars. So there are some reference from our ancient books. They have some records about changing pole star and two pole star at one time. So, is there any possibility to see different pole star at one time? These are some examples of observation of our next dual pole star. Might be Vega and Copernicus. Vega will be our northern hemisphere pole star, and Copernicus will be our southern hemisphere pole star. This is only one combination of two stars. There might be other possibilities to have other combination of dual pole star. We have to explore it. For next, we have name of the child. So in many civilizations, people's zodiac sign is considered by sun sign. But in India, if the newborn child are given name according to their Rashi, but how is it happening? For example, let's take if child is born on that day where the moon is in Leo. So the child's name will be given according to that Leo zodiac sign. So we have moon sign as our name. For next, we have wedding rituals. So I'm not discussing about current scenario, but in past, when weddings were happened, it was majorly part of night times. In past, at weddings, the Panditji used to point both couples at the constellation of Ursa Major, called as Saptarishi in India. And Panditji point both of them at the stars Alcor and Mizor, also known as Vasisht and Arundhati in India, that are ideal couple for our Indian civilization. From now, as we have discussed about Tithis and Rashis, I will share some facts about it. The concept of nakshatras and Rashis are that precise that if you take an example of a particular Tithi, I will take example of occasion that is coming nearby on 13th August as is Janmashtami. We celebrate Janmashtami festival as a birth of Lord Krishna. On that particular day, the moon will be on Rohini Nakshatra always on that Tithi. So here I will be conclude my session. If any of you have any question regarding to it, you guys can share. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And currently we have no questions in Q&A field, but there is some chat. No. No. There is one comment. It's I was not aware of such a detail and the associated celebrations. So from the Alex Hons, and any questions or comments? So the in your instruction of the Indian calendar, I am so impressed. It is so complicated, I think. So
Yes.
for the first one, first topic on the some special days, it's divided 30 for the from new moon to new moon, right?
Yes.
So in that case, that day is slightly different from the sunny days. So how to adjust that?
So I would like to dig in that because when we talk about the calendar system, we have two traditional calendars. In northern India, generally people will follow the Purnimant calendar. Purnimant means the month who ends with full moon. And in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra part, we follow Amasant calendar. So it ends with the new moon. So at the point of what time, at the time of sunrise, what is the angular separation of sun and moon is. According to that, we decide which tithi it is. And that's why there is a provision of a Kshai tithi and a Vriddhi tithi. Because the length of tithi varies from 21 hours to 25 hours because of the motion of the moon. So when we are able to see difference between moon rises, so sometimes it happens at 21 hours, 21.5 hours to be precise, and sometimes it takes 26 hours. So when these transition time is very close to the sunrise time. So when we are jumping in 12 to 24, 12 to 12.1 is near about the sunrise time, then these things can happen in Kshai Tithi and Vriddhi Tithi mode. Kshai means subtraction and Vriddhi means addition. So if sunrise time is around 6:45 and the transition time is just before that. So if we consider transition time is of 6:30, when at the time of 6:30 a.m. moon enters in the zodiac 12.01 degree, then Dvitiya will start. But as we are able to see that elliptical motion of the moon, it will take more time than 24 hours. So on next day, the sunrise will happen on 6:45, but the angular separation will be around 23.5 or 6 degrees. So on the next day, Dvitiya will repeat itself. So there will be 2 Dvitiyas in our calendar.
So the day just after sun day in Indian calendar, in that calendar, it's not fixed.
No, there will be 29 or 30 days because it is based on motion of the moon. Dates are based on motion of the moon and the months are based on the motion of the sun. I mean to say apparent motion of the sun that we are watching in. So the Adhik Mas is also connected with the motion of the apparent motion of the sun. So if in one lunar month, if sun doesn't transit the zodiac sign, 30 degree span of the sky, then that month will be repeated and that month only will be considered as Adhik Mas. Not as anyone want to add that this month will be the Adhik Mas. No, that can't be happen with Indian astronomical calendar. If sun remains in that 30 degree span same, then only the next month will be repeated and known as a Adhik Mas. And now there is also a provision of subtraction of mass. Adhik means addition and subtraction means to skip the 1 month. And that month will repeat every 19 years. So and one more wonderful thing is that
at least I can understand from ancient era that the Indian people is very clever.
Thank you. And now one more interesting thing. If you find your tithi, means the Indian calendar date of your birth, and if we count that year by 19, so in every 19 year, English means a Gregorian calendar, and tithi will fall on a same date in every 19 year. Yes.
Okay, that should be the connecting with the Saros cycle, maybe.
Yeah, that is 19-year cycle of Kshai Mas too, and this is to adjust with calibrating the solar year. As we are able to see the lunar calendar, which is popularly known as the Islamic calendar. So in every 33 years, you will cross 34 lunar years. So if you are finding your date according to Islamic calendar, after 33 years, you are celebrating 34th year of Islamic calendar. or a lunar calendar, we can say. And in solar year, we have just crossed 33 years.
Okay, thank you very much. I have to study more of the Indian ancient calendars. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
And thank
you.
you everyone for providing us opportunity.
Okay, the oral presentation is ended in this
Yes.
session. So the next one is workshop, right?
Yeah, the webinar session is ended now, and then we will move to the workshop session with Nishant and with Nishant and Het Ahir as well. We need to end these sessions, and please join us for those who have registered with the workshop to use the link from the for the meeting workshop. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. And I will end it this one.
Okay.
Facebook broadcasting.